Is it gold and silver's time this week? Crypto is down. Is gold and silver having a bit of a renaissance in this coming week? Gold closed over a certain level over three major trend lines. So we'll take a look at that right now. Let's take a look at gold. Gold on the daily time frame priced in USD. As you can see right here, using the tradingview.com website. My name is Joe Main. This is Good Morning Stackers. Let's do gold, then we'll do some shout outs. So gold here is over three major trend lines. What were we talking about last week? The fact that we really needed to clear at least these three major trend lines in order for me, and it's just my opinion, to be confident that higher prices might be coming. So let's see, we did close above the mother of all trend lines, and that goes all the way back to 1980. This is gold on the monthly time frame. Okay, this is the one that goes all the way back to 1980, mother of all trend lines, as we call it. 1980, the peak in 2011 that formed this uptrend line called the mother of all trend lines, or the MOATL, as I've been calling it. And of course, we did have that little peak above. We got up to nearly $3,000, around about 2,800 US dollars right there. When we got to the mother of all trend lines a few months ago, I said, watch out, we're looking peaky. Doesn't mean it had peaked, but looking peaky from here. But we had room to move higher, and we certainly did. I said around about your $3,000 mark, psychological value might probably be the toppish area. Didn't find it, topped it around about 2,800, and then back down below the mother of all trend lines. So since we were back down here, I said, yeah, that was the peak. Look for a short-term retrace, not the peak for the entire gold bull era, just for a short period of time. Okay, so a short-term retrace. Then we started creeping back up just recently. Okay, we had this fake out right here. So it was a false breakdown further, that is, and then a move way back above the mother of all trend lines. I was saying, yeah, just watch out for the dead cat bounce. Okay, that's where you have a movement down, then a movement back up, and everyone goes, oh, it's over. We're back in business, and then it fakes you out and heads back down. So I had been saying from this peaky area, watch out for lower prices potentially coming. Possibly down. We'll talk about those in a second. But what I said is that we really needed to, at bare minimum, close above these three major trend lines. This one right here needed to break and hold above. The mother of all trend lines needed to break and hold above. And this downtrend line in particular really needed to break and close. Days is good. Now, weeks is preferable, and months is even better. So this is again on the daily time frame. So we closed the last trading day above this downtrend line and above all three. That's good news so far. Okay, if we come to the weekly, you can see we did technically close at or above this downtrend line as well. That's a good move. Okay, so do I think we're out of the woods yet? No, but could it be gold's week that we have a move back up? Yes, absolutely, because we've closed the week higher. Gold could be having a higher week this week. I don't know, you don't know 100%, but it would not be surprising at this stage. For example, if we had closed and found resistance on the weekly time frame and closed anywhere below one of these three major trend lines, I'd be like, yeah, probably not. It looks like, we're going to have a tick over and head back down. It's giving me pause to rethink my 80% chance. So previously, all the way down here, all the way through here, I've been saying 80% chance at this stage that lower prices for gold are coming. That's anywhere down to around about 2,500 US dollars, with around like a 60% chance that we even see the best buy zone of 2,250 to 2,150 hit. But now we're above these three major trend lines. I've got to stick with my message of the market changing. So while we are above these three major trend lines, I've got to say the likelihood of lower prices coming from here down to that 2,500, I've got to put that back to probably a 60% chance at this, say 60, 70. This has to hold though. That's the big key. So we've certainly seen it in the past where you can close above some major areas and then it just fakes you out and heads back down. So what I need to see is obviously it remaining above at least this downtrend line. Well, all three, right? So what I would like to see what I'd love to see is a test of this. A test is at 2,735. That's my personal final hurdle for new all-time highs in gold coming soon. If you break above and then do that, find a support and do that, it's new all-time highs in gold coming imminently in days and weeks, probably within 7 days, something like that, probably days and weeks, but not months and months. Okay, so really could be gold's week this week. Watch out for this area right here. That's my personal area. You do you. You might have a different opinion. You might watch other people have differing opinions. For me, it's 2,735. Why? Because of the Fibonacci between this high and this low right here. That's at the 0.786. And I find that to be a final hurdle for many, many different assets. And now bear in mind as well, if you look here, on the Fibonacci from this high and this low, what didn't we do? Okay, here's the contrarian argument that we could be heading back down. What didn't we do? We had a spike above the 0.618. That's usually a very key level. Oftentimes, not every time though, oftentimes, if you break and hold the 0.618 from a significant high and a low, that kind of signals the turnaround, but I am always conservative. I've found that the 0.786 level from a significant high and a significant low is the area that is the final hurdle for me. Many people go, oh, it's above the 0.618. Let's go. It's go time, baby. And then it fakes you out at the next fib up at the 0.786. So I remain cautious until we're above 2,735 US dollars per troy ounce. Paper price, not the, factoring in premiums and whatnot. But yeah, we didn't close the week. Again, back to the weekly. We didn't close the week above the 0.618 at 2,690. Although, look, up to here, that would be not surprising at all. So a test of 2,735 this week coming. I'm not saying it's happening, but it's not surprising at all, seeing as though we did close the week above these three major trend lines. So is it gold's week? I don't know. Neither do you, but it's not surprising at all if we do have at least a test of resistance here at 2,735. It needs to close and hold above there for me to say, oh no, onwards and upwards we go. Cool. Again, of course, what would negate all of this? And let's take a look at the relative strength index. Okay. This is the RSI on the 4-hour time frame. Relative strength index, we have already been in extremely overvalued on the 4-hour. So there would be pause to say you could move down. On the plus side, before we closed last week, we did have a little touch here. Okay, so short answer is I don't know, and neither do you, but I would need to see, look on the daily time frame, that's positive, and we are still moving in the upward direction, and you've got a lot of room to move into extremely overvalued on the daily time frame, and that could easily push it this week to 2,735, potentially even higher. So short answer is I am more positive for gold this week than I was the last number of weeks because we are over these three major trend lines. Yep, that's it. Hit 2,735 and break and hold it, then that's really, really good. Okay, now will that or could that drag along silver? We'll take a look at silver in just a second, but of course within the first part of the show we've got to do the synchronized slurp. Welcome to all my Good Morning Stackers members. It is January the 13th 2024. I am Joe Main. This is Good Morning Stackers, your weekdaily live show all about gold, silver, precious metals, crypto and Bitcoin analysis too. And we stack silver, we stack Satoshis, we stack skills, we stack knowledge and friends and community. And we do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. Are you ready, funky, funky people? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Slurp your beverages, people. In the daddy mug as well. We'll get to silver in just a second. We'll be talking Bitcoin and crypto as well there. Little bit. But we'll do some shout outs. I'm trying this new format where we get straight to one of them and trying to get the watch time staying as high as possible within the first couple of minutes of the show. So let's do some shout outs, people, because it is all about this GMS community and so many people too. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Love it. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Do you know we have a welcome brought to you by Carl's Jr. Are you the one, are you a first time watcher or are you the one that changes their name all the time? You said, I like money. Yeah, doesn't everyone? Pretty much. We now have Carl's Jr. in Australia. And I have a Carl's Jr. like 10 minutes down the road. Got to tell you, not impressed. Sorry, not impressed. Not impressed by Carl's Jr. Maybe they do it much better in the States. Maybe it's just a thing. It's a lost in translation thing. Not a fan of Carl's Jr. Got to say, it's not. It doesn't blow me away. I can get way better burgers in other places here in Australia. Let's see. GMS. Well, sorry. I'm skipping over Neil here. By Silver, Platinum, and Crystallized Osmium says Neil's Han Dynasty. GMS in early but likely. We'll start watching a bit later. Very interested in what happens this week in PMs. We'll get to Silver in just a second. I just have to do some shout outs. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the big red subscribe button, people, because you get a weekday live show. With me, Joe Main. Who am I? Well, I worked in the precious metals industry in Australia for 11 years over 3 major bullion dealers. Goldstackers, Bullion Now. I launched and grew their YouTube channel from 0 to 20,000 subscribers by the time I left. All those big videos, those unboxing videos, singing the intros. I was the guy behind the camera. You sometimes saw me on the live show as well, co-hosting. And now I do this weekday live show and help you launch and grow on YouTube as well for your business. We can talk more about that later. The Don GMS, here's to a good week. Absolutely. GMS, hello, champions. Hello, world champions. Don't let your memes be dreams. Nice. I love it. Hey, Chat Mum is in the house. Good to see you, Tony Peterson. You missed, maybe you didn't see it, but I did an unboxing of your stuff that you sent me. And it's on the channel, and it's not a live show, not a live stream. It's a separate video. So go to the video section of my channel, and you'll see I uploaded it on Saturday. So thanks, Tony. Your name was mentioned as well. Good morning, chat fam. GMS Joel, CT. CT, I haven't seen you for ages. Oh, my goodness. We'll get to Silver in just a second, people. I've got to speak to my lovely GMS community. I haven't seen you in ages, CT, from the Lone Star State in Texas. Yeah, welcome back, Tony and CT. Great. Random year gold Krugerrands, no limit spot price, but 27 USD is a bit rich for me. All right, even at spot. Wow, at spot price for Krugerrands, good luck, good on you, because in Australia you have to pay 10% GST, or bullion dealers have to charge 10% GST, goods and services tax on top of that. So we can't get Krugerrands for spot. GMS says Chris Phipps from PDX in Portland. Morning, everyone. Good to have you back, Tony and Chat Mum. Yes. Ben Ferrugia too. We've got 1 million people watching. This is great. Waiting for silver to move in USD. Last week gold's week. Yeah, great week for gold. A new all-time high in gold last week in Australian dollars. Hello to everyone. If I divide my silver by my gold, I get my personal GSR. Oh yeah, okay, right. So I have 62 milligrams of silver each milligram of gold. Good on you, my friend. Ray M is here too. GMS, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for the welcome. Lovely welcome back. Excellent. Didn't know. Yeah, that guy who changes his name. My name is from the movie. Oh, Idiocracy. I've seen Idiocracy, but I've seen it once, and I don't remember all the quotes. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Yeah, there's a lot of brand placement. But unwanted brand placement in Idiocracy. On that movie, for example, I was watching a YouTube clip. Someone was talking about Idiocracy, and maybe, I don't know why. I don't know how I found it, but it's a hilarious movie and very predictive for its time. Crocs are back too, by the way, if you know that reference. But with Idiocracy, when it came out, so the rumor goes, they saw the daily, so all the maker, Mike Judge, I won't go into too much because I've got to get to silver and crypto and whatever, but the maker of it, Mike Judge, who was the King of the Hill guy, King of the Hill, yeah, and Beavis and Butthead and whatnot, made the movie, contacted all these, didn't want to use fake brand names, so he contacted Carl's Jr., these banks, all these big ones that said, hey, I'm making a movie, can I mention your name? And the thing, and they went, yeah, sure, cool, well, you're the Beavis and Butthead guy. Yeah, of course you can. And then he just proceeds to trash them all, like pretty much. They came at it in a negative kind of like, or making fun of them. And so these big businesses, companies, they get to see the movie before it gets released. And they went, apparently the rumor is they went, Yeah, nah, no one can see this movie. Sorry, you're making fun of us? No one can see this movie. So the movie, they pressured the producers, so the rumor goes, the movie actually only got released in 3 cinemas America-wide. And like on a, like 3 cinemas, and for the the minimum time legally allowed. And that just tanked the film, but then it got this big cult following. Anyway, I digress. Nice unboxing on the Copper Joe. Yes, thank you, Tony. Tried Carl's Jr. a couple of times here in Oz. Not good at all. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Make your own burgers. Yeah, I do. Never had a Carl's Jr. Oh, fair enough. You must always back what you're endorsing. That's exactly right. Half lamb meat. Oh my God! I haven't even had breakfast. And as you all know, I'm a carnivore. I've been 0 carb for the last 7 days. It's my 8th day exactly, because I had an interesting Christmas and New Year's. Good to see you. Yes, it's a Mike Judge movie. Yes, Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill. Exactly. You're a music guy. Look up Tales from the Tour Bus. Oh, I'd like to look up that. That's great. Practicing on welding up a steel table right now. Damn welding mask. Battery broken. I've got welding flash. Oh my God. Trying to weld blind. Dude. Let's see. Nice. Thanks for the background info on the movie names. Fuddruckers. They chose poorly. Yeah. Everything breaks when you need it. I do agree. Dang, LAM. I saw a video where a guy welding using a mirror. Oh my goodness. All right, people. Let's get back to it. Did all that. Let's take a look at silver. Of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, wealthstack.com. You'll hear a little bit more from them a little bit more in the show. This is silver on the daily time frame, priced in USD, $30.38 US cents. Differing to gold, we are not above any major trend lines at the moment. So could it be, if gold heads up, could silver be dragged along with it? Yes, that's quite possible, because, where gold goes, silver tends to follow, although the ratio number between the two does go up and down. Silver could, lag, but we are not above its major areas here. So the 2 major areas for me, it's good to see us, as I've said, back above the $29.80 new line in the sand. Okay, we broke through there. It's held as resistance. I've been saying 80% sure that the best buy zone of at least $28 US is going to be hit, while we are below the 2 major areas of this downtrend line right here and $31 US, which is a major area, a very key Fibonacci area on the old highs of the 80s and the old lows of the 1990s. We did finally close a month above 31, and that was my good signal to say, okay, we're definitely still in a bull market. We're not heading down crazy. We're not breaking certain levels down here or anything. So I think we're, basically 100% in a bull market. No problem. 44-year major cup and handle on silver as well. I'm not going to bore you with all that. Just look up previous videos. But I need to see it at least back over $31 in order to say, okay, the dump is done. Okay, until that happens, I've got to say 80% sure at this stage, until the message of the market changes my mind, that we see lower prices coming. So that sounds a little strange, isn't it? Gold could have a great week and silver may not, right? But gold can certainly have its time in the sun, and silver lags behind for quite a while. Then you'd see a big rise in the gold to silver ratio, so gold way outperforming silver. So until we're above this downtrend line and $31 US, I just have to say lower prices are coming. I will stick with that until otherwise notified by the message of the market closing above 31. Cool. Then we'll talk turkey. Then we'll say, okay, maybe, it's only a 50-50 now, maybe even less than that, but I'm still 80% sure. And I just have to stick with that. What would make me completely wrong, and I really could be completely wrong on this, on the daily time frame, we are trending up. You can see that we have broken a little trend line right there as well. That's actually good news. So I could be completely wrong. It's just, I'm just going to remain down to there while we're below this area. Yeah. Expecting probably to be wrong. Let's see, but that's that. And on the weekly time frame, yeah, again, good to see it close a weekly, but we higher, much higher than the $29.80 mark, but we're nowhere near it. Okay, I would expect $31 to be an area of resistance. And this trend line. So that's really all I have to say on the weekly time frame. Hey, another good little bit of, let's see, right there, you can see that we have closed that. So that's good news right here as well on the relative strength index. That's good. So we are potentially peaking and moving back higher from here. Could this be it? Could this be the area where we just have that, we've had that double top on the extremely overvalued on the weekly time frame? Is this the turnaround? Yep, could be. On the monthly time frame, is ticking up on the relative strength index, RSI right here. Let me get rid of that. And you haven't spent, and this is the thing with silver, you have not spent any time in extremely overvalued on the monthly time frame for silver since at least back here in August of 2020. Okay, so it is overdue for a move at least into extremely overvalued. So yeah, could be wrong. About 80% sure of $28 coming. We could see a big pump from here. And at the end of the day, I don't know, and neither do you. You can listen to a bunch of different people, and some of them will get it right, and some of them will get it wrong. I just have to stick with 80% sure until we're above 80% sure of $28 at least until we get over here. Then we'll talk turkey if it changes. Cool. That is silver. Let's take a look at platinum. Platinum hasn't opened. None of these have. Oh, it has opened technically the day. Has it opened the day yet? No, it hasn't opened the day. It says the market is open, but I don't see any movement just yet. Good news. We did for platinum. We did technically. This is good looking. This is good looking. I will remain cautiously optimistic at this point for platinum. Why? Because as I've said, we start closing weeks or closing months above the thicker yellow line here. That's the yellow line that goes all the way back, the trend line. It's the mother of all trend lines for platinum. Okay, it's the one that goes all the way back to 2008. Okay, failure to break and hold for any significant period of time. It did it to us again. Lucy in the football did it to us recently. It's like, hey, Charlie Brown, I'm not going to pull the football out from under you this time. I got a little overly excited right here, and then back down. Now, where did it hit? Gee, what do you know? It hit the top end of the best buy zone, 900 anywhere down to $750 per platinum ounce paper price. And I was confident that we would see lower prices coming into the belly of the best buy zone. I said what would negate that? Closing above at least the yellow trend line right there. We've closed the week above it. Okay, I have to then change my message and go, all right, I will remain cautiously optimistic while we're above this line. Now, what can certainly happen from here? Lucy can pull the football out for me, and then we do, who knows, something like that, and then it closes the week back down in this area. And I go, okay, yeah, all right, par for course, whatever. Lucy's done it to me again, and then possibly that sets up a move down here. But for platinum, so I have to feel like I'm a little bit more cautiously optimistic for both platinum and gold, not for silver at the moment because we're not over that certain level that we spoke about. So good to see platinum above this trend line, and watch out for resistance at right here. You'll find some resistance around about that $990 area. I need to see that close, hold above, and then do that. Then we'll talk potential higher prices from there. My final hurdle, $1,115. We're nowhere near there yet. If you start closing any month above there, go, bull time for platinum. We're not there yet. We've just peaked into sort of cautiously optimistic area, and it fakes us out a lot on platinum. So cautiously optimistic for platinum. That's all you really need to know for the moment. You'll get another analysis tomorrow. We'll see what the prices do in the next 24 hours. That is gold, silver, and platinum. Any more comments? Just quickly. Never underestimate the tamping power of the manipulators that are the Bank of America, JP Morgan, etc. They're devious with that paper price buggery, silver price buggery. Yes, the manipulators. I don't think it's going to 25, 26 unless everything flash crashes together. Yep, fair point. 28 though, I can still see in silver. That's the thing. Silver at $26 has my attention. Silver at 25 USD has my USD. Yeah, my best buy zone is 28 to 26. I wouldn't want to personally wait for that perfect spike down to 25 or 26 if it gets there. That's why it's the best buy zone area. Maybe you're dollar cost averaging in that range. If it gets down to that 28 to 26 area, I'm really looking at it. I do have to compare it to what crypto is doing as well, and we're about to take a look at Bitcoin. And crypto 2, the paper price was at 411 to 1 a few weeks ago, now at 380. Yes, the paper price versus the physical price. It is already buggerized, hopefully debugged soon. Apparently BlackRock are billions of ounces short and had to go to London for a special meeting. Oh wow, apparently asking for special treatment. How dare you, sir? That's what they should say. How dare you? All right. Before we get on to crypto, you've got to know about them. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, my favorite bullion dealer. They're one of my brand sponsors. And as you know, I've worked in the precious metals industry over 3 major bullion dealers. Okay, not the mum and pop stores, the 3 major bullion dealers. And Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, is doing every single thing that I would do if I were starting my own bullion business, including, and I would have done this, I would have been the first if I had have started and successfully launched a bullion business. I would have been the first, but Perth Bullion Exchange were the first and are the first and only to offer you free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. Every other bullion dealer in the world's going, yeah, you offer free shipping. Of course you do. Why don't you? That's what you do. You offer free shipping when your customer buys over a certain amount. No bullion dealer in Australia has dared to do it. Maybe they don't think it's feasible, or it's just a legacy thing. It's like, why should we? No one else has done it before. Why should we give up some of our premium or some of our profits? Well, Perth Bullion Exchange went, screw you. I'm going to be the first one to do it. Buy over 20 items, not 20 of one item, 20 of a mix and match of any items. Have 20 or more items in your order. 2 of this, 1 of that, 3 of that. You get the deal. Then you get instant free shipping. So whether it's a little bit of gold, a bit of silver, a mix and match, 20 or more items, instant free shipping, Australia-wide, express shipping, all that other stuff that you know and love from other bullion dealers, except you get it for free. That's all I'm going to say. And they will have their special of the week. I don't know what that is yet. I think their special from Christmas is still up. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, their current special and a new special will start this week, I think. But their current special is the 2023 1-ounce Armenia Noah's Ark silver coin. So a weekly special, although it's been going for a couple of weeks now, for $1 off the normal premium. Okay, so $58.48 right now. Here's the deal, though. You still get the extra discount if you buy more. So if you buy between $20 and $99, you get that extra $1 off as well. Plus, because you've got 20 or more, free shipping. So it all adds up very quickly. You can save a lot from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. You can get much more metal for your money over a longer period of time if you just stack using Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. And if you are into unallocated gold programs, which, why wouldn't you be? You should be buying from wealthstack.com. It's a phone app. You can do the desktop app as well. That's fine. But wealthstack.com, download it for Android or iPhone. Why would you want to do this? Well, you're diversifying your portfolio. If you love gold, but you don't want to hold all the risk in one spot. You don't want to store it all in your safe. You don't want to store it all buried in some location only you know where it is. And you want to diversify your risk around, then having some unallocated gold by a company that you trust, of course, by a company that's Aussie owned, Aussie regulated, all that sort of stuff, right? Then WealthStack would be the one to at least have a look at. Unallocated gold program, backed though, 1-to-1 with real physical metal. You do own the gold. It is technically under your name, but there's no storage fees because it's unallocated. You don't take immediate physical delivery of it. What's coming down the track though? Physical deliveries of gold is coming. There'll be some caveats. Yes, they will be offering silver eventually. They'll be offering a debit card. Pay for your goods and services in gold and silver. And it's just a great opportunity to stack gold in a different way. Oh, and how much? Spot plus 1%. Okay? And that's across the board. No matter whether you're buying $100,000 of gold or just $10 of gold, they won't raise the premiums because you're buying in smaller amounts. Great for dollar cost averaging, just for the person who's like just starting to get into it. This could be, if not for you, for your friends and family who've been trying to wake up into the precious metals thing, okay? It's probably the most easiest, it's the best gateway drug into the physical, okay? So get them to go to wealthstack.com and download the app. Just go to the About section. You'll find the app and what it looks like on the store. Or get them to go to wealthstack.com, go all the way down to the bottom. Or you could do this. You could just find the frequently asked questions link page yourself and just send them that link to the frequently asked questions page, right? What does it do? It answers all your frequently asked questions about how it all works. Yeah, so wealthstack.com, baby. We got to get to some crypto, people. Yeah, we'll get to that straight away. Let's go here. Let's go to have a look at Bitcoin. Ooh. And crypto. Ooh. All right. Let's see. Bitcoin on the Bitstamp exchange. Okay, it's still okay. Let's share the screen. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the Bitstamp exchange, priced in US dollars, $94,100 US. We have 1 hour until the new week opens, the new day and the new week opens. Look, so far we are above. So far we're above the major uptrend line that goes all the way back to the previous all-time highs, 65,000, 69,000, that formed that uptrend line. And since we pumped above it, okay, then it came back and tested it as support. This is Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, of course using the tradingview.com website. What don't we like? I don't like the fact that, so we're nearly halfway through Jan. We had the big spike to 102. I did mention that sort of 102, 103,000 area as an area you need to watch, that we need to close above. We did fail to close above it. Oftentimes from a failed move, it's a fast move in the opposite direction. I don't like that spike. Now, it doesn't mean we tank from here, okay? We just really need to hold that. And, you know, a spike down, again, we did spike down, and so far we've closed we've spiked a couple of days down. We have closed above it. I don't like that spike. I don't like those spikes. What do we say about the big spikes in the upward direction? It says that sellers are in control of the market. That's not good. We love the big spikes going down, right? Buyers are more in control of the market. You found a major support level here, and that set up that lovely move. Okay, we're not seeing the same thing with Bitcoin this time. Seeing big vertical spikes, not good in the upward direction. Yeah, again, and you've got more than 2 weeks to close the month as well. Look at the weekly time frame. Look, you've definitely got room to move down. A lot of people, look, has forming some kind of base there at around about your $90,000 area. You really don't want to see that. This is the thing though, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, because you might be wanting Bitcoin to go lower because you're looking to get in. Okay, you might be a gold person, a precious metals person who's looking to get into crypto for the first time, and you've seen this massive move, and you're thinking, I think we can dip a little bit further. Hey, maybe that's good news for you. But just from a price action, if you don't want to see it go down, you don't want to see around about that $90,800 level broken. That would signify, not great. And unless we have a fake out here, but more likely we head down into maybe into the mid 80s, okay, and preferably no lower than the major area that it broke out from at around about 75,000 US dollars. I'm not saying it's going there. I'm just saying you just got to hold that level right there, preferably holding and just spiking on daily and weekly timeframes, that uptrend line right there. Cool. So we're not out of the woods. Obviously, we're not below, so there's no time to panic, but we're also not out of the woods yet. Okay, we now have created this downtrend line that we absolutely have to break above. So we'll do that on the spikes rather than on the closes. I will get rid of that for now. I don't know why that's in there. Cool. So now we're in that range. I need to see it do that, and preferably that, and that would be lovely. I would imagine this wouldn't be the test, and then you'd have something like that. Maybe it gets sort of closer to the apex of a triangle-ish area, right? It probably wouldn't break there. It might take until the end of the month, maybe. That's the ultimate scenario. And what I don't want to see for everyone's crypto bags is this. no thanks. The more times you test that, the more likely it is to be taken out. And then, cool. That would set up, if Bitcoin's going down, that would really set up others to go down. Others doesn't look good right now. What's others? Others is altcoins. So it's anything other than the top 10. Okay, so we've got a few altcoins in the top 10, but anything other than the top 10, it's looking not great, I have to say. Okay, so if you're in crypto, maybe you are de-risking, or maybe if you're leveraged, you have, really lowered your liquidation prices or something. Okay, again, doesn't mean it's absolutely heading down from here. We just need to hold preferably this 330 area right here. Cool. On the weekly time frame, not great. I'm happy for spikes. Spikes are great. Closes we don't want. Again, spikes mean shit. It's all about closes, right? So if we open the week and we have a spike down here, I'm cool with that. So long as we close the week above it, that's cool with me. No problem at all. You start closing weeks down in this area, then maybe the following week. So maybe January, maybe not be looking good. Let's take a look at the monthly. Not looking great so far. Okay, let me get rid of that. So, for example, on the monthly time frame, closing, your next major area of support is here. This is a Fibonacci line, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm taking it from the previous high of the cycle in others, in altcoins, and the most recent low. So the high of $500 billion market cap and the low of the $70 billion market cap. That forms this high and this low. And those are the levels I'm looking for support and resistance at the moment. So, you don't want to start closing below here at 280 billion. Not great. That would possibly set it up for a move down to the 230 billion line. And for me, that's the line in the sand you do not want to cross. You start closing below here. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, pretty bad for the crypto run. It could really signal that the crypto run is already done and that we don't have a peak we don't have a crypto higher peak in 2025. You close below 230 billion in others. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Is the technical term. So that is others at the moment. I just really need it to, hey, again, have a spike below. Cool, but it needs to remain above this downtrend line, really, is the one we really need to find support at. And in order for me to be majorly confident that altcoin season is still going, let me get rid of that for you. Again, this is the monthly time frame. It needs to close 400 and it's very specific, 404 billion. You can call it 400 billion if you want. What's 4 billion between friends? But I've got it technically at 404 billion. Again, it's the 0.786, which we've talked about before, between this high and this low. Okay, I need it to close monthly time frames above and hold above. Okay, so not spiking like this. Spikes mean shit. Hey, it was great, but that was a spike, right? I need to close the month like a solid green above there, and that's like, oh, that's really good. Okay, and that's spelling higher prices. We're nowhere near there yet, and we're looking a little dubious at the moment. For the altcoins, I am still in. I've still got some positions. I'm writing them down for the moment, and then I'll get out if necessary. That is altcoins. Anything in particular I need to look at? Here's something interesting. Very quickly, XRP has been holding up much more nicely than the others. Okay. So here's XRP, but interestingly, where have we found basically almost exact resistance at? Gee, what do you know, at the final hurdle of about $2.60. I've technically got it at $2.62, right? It's just from the old highs and the really old highs and the really old lows. There's a key Fibonacci level, $2.62, just call it $2.60, whatever. We found resistance at $2.60. And we're down, so that's the final hurdle. We start cracking above. If everything else is going down and XRP starts holding above on the daily time frame or weekly time frame above $2.60, geez, that's like XRP is like a real outlier. Could it be the canary in the coal mine as it was previously, right? Look at this move. Okay, XRP was really the canary in the coal mine for everything else, right? It had a bit of a larger move before everything else started moving. Now, I say everything else, that's probably not true. You're probably able to find something that moved before that. Cancel. But look at this. Okay, look at XRP on the monthly time frame. Okay, we are green for the month of January. For XRP, gee, it's looking interesting. So you start cracking above $2.60, man, I would be really looking at potentially getting a little bit into XRP to ride that against the other cryptos. So if I do that against Bitcoin, woo, look at XRP versus Bitcoin. Okay, look at XRP versus Ethereum. Dang, this is XRP versus Ethereum. Okay, let's say, for example, you are a Ethereum head. You are an Ethereum maxi. You're an ETH maxi, right? Being in XRP is much better for your Ethereum bags than it is being in Ethereum, okay? XRP is massive, has been outperforming. And in this little dip in the crypto market, XRP is holding up really well. Could the quote-unquote conspiracy theorists and my wonderful precious metal stackers who are pro XRP because of the whole BRICS nations ISO 22 contract thing, that and stellar lumens, part of the new SWIFT system and all that kind of quote-unquote conspiracy theory stuff. Could they be right? Very interesting. But it's just really interesting how XRP is really holding up. If I go, let's just see XRP versus others. Oh, and that's versus currencies. I can't do it versus anything else. It's only versus currencies. Yeah, it's only versus currencies. I think I can't do others, can I? But if you take a look at, yeah, no, I can't do that. But versus Bitcoin and versus Ethereum, looking very good. Could you call Ethereum an altcoin these days? Maybe not, probably not. But look, it's really holding up very, very well. So keep watching XRP. I'm very interested to see if it closes above $2.60. It does that. Mama Cass. And as I've been saying for XRP, in a next crypto bull run, if this is the next, if we're not done in the crypto peak, if we've got a crypto peak to come in 2025, $10 XRP is so easy now. We're at like $2.50. That's a 4 times. You telling me XRP can't 4 times in a major crypto run from here? Absolutely doable. So $10 XRP, which, back here in the, the OG days of 2017, I was an OG crypto back in 2013. I've known about XRP since back here. I've been in Bitcoin since 2013. No, I'm not a bajillionaire because everyone makes their mistakes. But, imagine XRP at $10. That was like a huge meme. Oh, XRP will go to $10 one day. And, people are like, no chance, man. Like, okay, sure. Good on you, bro. Yeah, no, it's really easy. Okay. A lot of the XRP heads, and I don't know what technically the Ripplers, back down here, they were saying it's at 10 cents one day, $10 XRP. Shit. You're probably right. Okay. Looking really good right now. Beware of the fake outs and all that. Has to close above $2.60. Anyway, that's XRP. I've done others. I won't do other crypto, and I've done Bitcoin. Okay, got to watch out for those levels. Cool. May have to get out of here soon. Maybe a quick chart request if we have time. Thanks for watching, everyone, and you're still watching. I love it. Some comments here. Knackers O'Reilly says, "Will XRP?" This is the thing. Will XRP go crazy after Inauguration Day? Okay, I feel like Bitcoin's just been in this, everything's just been in this holding pattern. It's been a really tight range for Bitcoin and altcoins recently, just in the last number of days, last week or so. And I think everyone's it's just slow walking to the 20th. Okay, so 7 days to go, 8 days to go to the 20th. By the way, anyone who tells you they know, and this isn't to you, Knackers, I'm just saying to any influencer, any YouTuber, anyone who says alts are going to fly after Inauguration Day. Yeah, they might. Alts are going to sell on the news and have a big dip after the inauguration. Yeah, they might. No one knows. Okay, so don't believe anyone who says certainties. Okay, never do that. That's why I give you my just percentage chances and all that kind of stuff, right? Living Adam Man says, Dave Silver has been doing some great videos. Great. One about the computer hardware waste crypto has made. Insane, right? The power requirements are off the scale too. Big problem. Yes, electricity demand for Bitcoin mining, crypto mining, for AI as well. We need abundant sources of energy. What's the best abundant source of energy if people would get off their asses and if governments would get off their asses and remove a bunch of ridiculous regulations? Of course, you've got to have safety measures. What's the best one? Nuclear. Nuclear is the way. Until fusion is a thing, which is not a thing, might not ever be a thing, nuclear is the way to go. Cool. Have life raft ready. Keep some fractional silver in the life raft. Yes, I do agree with that. Some comments here. I have some FET, Atom, and Doge as a gamble. Then ETH and BTC as the more serious investment. Yeah, but BTC is blowing ETH out. Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight's 2020. Gotta go. Apparently I have work to do. Ray, what are you doing, bro? That's funny. Interesting, Pete. The contracts are being flushed out. Yes, about the paper price. Yes, absolutely. Oh, man, I think that might be possibly it. Maybe no one wants a chart request, and that's okay because, I got stuff to do. So do you. First Mint Majestic Silver offers half-ounce rounds for the same price as their 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce, and 100 ounce products. Wow, that's a good deal. Nice fractional so it's their sale that's going well. Offer half-ounce silver rounds for the same premium. So you don't say the same price per ounce, meaning the same premium as 1, 5, 10, and 100. That's a great deal. So if you live in the United States, maybe First Mint First Majestic sale, it might be one for you to consider right now. If you're living in Australia, you have to deal with massive shipping costs from buying from international dealers, which was actually what I did in my first ever silver purchase back in 2010. I bought 2 100-ounce bars, and then I bought it from Gainesville Coins, all right? And then I had to pay that. Actually, it wasn't expensive. I remember it being $100 roughly shipping. I was like, that's actually not bad. When I'm spending about $5,000, the $100 shipping was like, that's a fraction, right? It's actually very good shipping amounts back then, 2010. But what I didn't count on was the import duty. I got a call from, the government from imports, and they said, you owe 10% on this. I'm like, oh, really? Why? And they go, well, it's 10% GST here, and you imported it from here, so we've got to charge you 10% GST. And I didn't know that I could apply for an exception and all that kind of stuff, so I just paid it. But if you're buying in Australia, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Nuclear is the way. Did I win? You're always winning. Living Adam Man says nuclear. I can never say it. Nuclear is a no-brainer. Absolutely. Yes, actually, micronuclear is the way to go. Yeah, SMRs, small modular reactors. Yes, the ones that cannot melt down. It's not even a thing. Melting new nuclear plants melting down is not an actual thing. It's not physically a thing anymore, the way that these ones are made. Aussie bullion dealers taking note. Probably not. No, probably not. I can tell you from probably not. No, I don't know. There would be no bullion dealer, I think, again, because buying from wholesalers, which are coming from international mints and all that, our price is a little bit higher. There would be no dealer in Australia, and I don't think Perth Bullion Exchange could even do it. Hey, although you never know. That where you could offer half ounce for the same premium as 5, 10, 100 ounces. Maybe in a very quick sale, but they'd probably be buybacks. Yeah, they probably wouldn't be brand new, because buying brand new, you have to pay the spot plus, for wholesale. Chart MNAG. Maybe I have a quick bit of time. MJNA. First Majestic is also a Canadian miner outfit, and if you own their mining stock, they knock off 50 cents per ounce. That's cool. I like that. Hey, own our stock will give you an excellent discount. That's a great idea. It is not possible to melt down microreactors. Exactly right. It's not a thing. They just switch. Their power just gets switched off. They don't melt down. Correct. Good point, Mark. What was Mark's point? We'll be closely watching precious metals post-inauguration for the traditional 100-day honeymoon period. Is there I didn't know this. See, how do I not know this? How come I've been in precious metals since 2010 and I don't know there's an apparent 100-day honeymoon period? I will have to look that up, maybe for tomorrow's show. Maybe that's what we'll talk about, the honeymoon period for tomorrow. Great topic. Thank you, Mark. And yes, agree. Good point, Mark. And thanks for the thing. I think I'll do a topic on that tomorrow. Cheap power makes GDP skyrocket, economic renaissance. It's all about energy production. If the country with the best energy production, the best access to energy, the cheapest energy is the one that goes, through the roof. By 2030, energy prices will be 75% cheaper than now. I love that optimism. Yeah, because of nuclear. Yeah, I do agree. Homer would make it melt down. Good old Homer. Let's see. Do I have a quick time? Okay, let's see. MJNA, was it? MJNA for a quick chart request. Nuclear. MJNA. Okay, Neil, I want to know what it is. Let me quickly go back here. MJNA. Let me have a quick look-see, people. MJNA. Oh, yeah, okay, right. Cool. I hear you, bro. I had some of this kind of stock, not in this MJNA, but I had some of that. Was MMJ a number of years ago, over a decade ago, about a decade ago, and it didn't go that well, so I sold out of it. Okay, cool. Let's do a chart request for MJNA. This is Medical Marijuana Incorporated. Okay, this is a chart request from Neil in the chat, and I'm taking a first look. Obviously, I know what the fundamentals are. It's in the medical marijuana thing, so I don't need a whole thing about medical marijuana industry. Had been a pretty booming industry for a while, might continue to be so, although I'm taking a first look at the price. I'm doing just a technical analysis look only. I'm not going to give you any fundamental analysis on this specific company. Don't know the CEO, know nothing about it. This is just a first look chart request, my first look. Hey, what I'll do is some quick Fibonacci lines, maybe some lines of support and resistance, trend lines if they've got it, and then I'll take a look at the relative strength index to show you what the areas of my getting interested lines, my getting excited lines, and my final hurdles for new all-time highs might be. Let's take a look. This is on the monthly time frame, priced in. So if it's OTC, I think this is American. If I am correct, is it OTC? Give me 1 second. MJNA. Yeah, it's American. There's the American flag. So it is priced in USD 0.0004. Holy crap. In 2004, MJNA was 338 US dollars. Holy shit. 325 US dollars. It is now fractions of a fraction of 1 cent. Okay, here's the mid-range though. So the mid-range, you can very clearly see the mid-range level. I'll do Fibonacci first to see if this lines up with anything. Let's quickly do that. So I'll take the high. Wow. Now this is the opening price on the OTC. It opened there 66 cents to $325. My God. All right, let's take it roughly from there. Now, by the way, Fibonacci is not going to do shit here because the price range is way too high. So I'm going to completely ignore that. I would have to take it from maybe a more reasonable level. So maybe I'll take it from here and see if that works, okay? Because that's just too large of a range. You're just in between the 0 and the 0.236, which is way up here. Cool. Let's just see if there's any. I'm just looking for areas of confluence to see if Fibonacci has been predictive, okay, over time, or somewhat predictive. So I'll take it from here. That's the most obvious level. That's at around about 70 US cents. And I'll take it to here. I'll take it from here and here. Has there been any levels of confluence? Yeah, there actually have. Okay. Now, this is not including the low here. So we will include the low, but just out of interest, it traded in this range between 2008. Obviously, there's 2008. Oh, geez, look at that. In 2007, 2008. So I was going to talk about the GFC, but we're actually back here. So it did get affected by the GFC. That's the peak down, okay, the dump down to fractions of a cent, went back up to 70 cents. And it's been in this major trading range, between 70 cents and about 1 cent. Okay, 70 cents and a cent right there. Man, that's just a massive move too. And it has matched up from there until about here where we broke down 1 cent until about December of 2022. It did match up with this Fibonacci quite well. Okay, levels of resistance at the 0.236. This is on the monthly time frame as well, right? It made a couple of peaks but failed to close. Made a peak, closed around about there. Can I call this really good? Probably not. There's a peak exactly at the 0.382. Resistance here, the 0.236. Yeah, not bad. A spike above. I wouldn't call it majorly confluent. Okay, so maybe Fibonacci isn't the way to go. What I'll quickly do though is I'll take it down to its... Holy moly, I don't even know what that is. I have to expect that these are... No, these have to be little glitches because now we're in the negative territory. So I've got to maybe around about there-ish. No, so I'm going to say Fibonacci is nowhere near it unless now this is going to be, no, nowhere near it. Okay, so Fibonacci, unclear, do not factor it in. The fact that we went to $325, my God, back there is just crazy. And we're at fractions of a fraction of a cent. So we'll do some kind of trading ranges. And I'll pop it in here. That's the major trading range. You can see again that between that 70 cents and 1 cent area. Cool. So I am not interested at all in MJNA. I will not even be getting remotely excited about it until we're at least above 1 US cent. Okay, I will start getting, I'll call that, yeah, that might be my getting excited line. Give me 1 second. Do I have a getting interested line at least? Or as North Star Bad Charts, who I am subscribed to, would call their wake up line. Okay, maybe we'll do that. Yeah, okay. So here's my getting interested. Cool. I'll say this is my version of North Star Bad Charts, who I subscribe to, and you should too. That's my version of their wake-up line. So it's my getting interested line, okay? Not even remotely interested in MJNA until we at least start closing above here. And I'm not going to give you, I'll give you a horizontal area as well. Cool. All right, so I'll give you a diagonal and a trend line and a horizontal. No, not interested at all. Now, I don't know, again, the fundamentals of MJNA. People watching this right now, you may know something that we don't know or that I don't know. Okay, so you might be like, no, this is a bargain because we're heading back up really soon. If that is the case, tell me why. Tell me why. Let's see. Right about, I'm going to call it right there. At 0.003, 1/3 of 1 cent would be my getting interested on the horizontal. I like getting interested on the horizontal. I'm always interested on getting on the horizontal. Jesus. So right there, you've at least got to close above there and you've got to close above there. All right. That's pretty simple to see. Okay. Until we're at least above here. Okay. It's waking up. It's getting interesting. Then you start closing above here. Oh, okay. All right. I would be then, and look at this. This is a big range, by the way. So if you start getting above the getting interested, and then it gets into there, that's 200%. Okay, let's talk about the bottom end of the normal range to 1 cent. Well, then that's huge, right? 1/3 of a cent to 1 cent. That's 260, 250%. Cool. I'm going to put this one in. Cool. I'm going to pop that in. I'm going to call that getting cautiously excited. That's getting cautiously excited at 1 cent. Cool? 1 cent. Getting cautiously excited. This isn't my getting excited line. I'm just cautiously excited. Cool? That means you would be back in. I'm not saying any of this is happening. I'm saying you just, what you would want to look for. You would start being cautiously excited if it started breaking above here. Okay? So above the getting interested line, that's a 250% move. You start doing this and doing that. Ooh, okay. All right, we're back in the normal range. If you break through, hold 1 cent as support, then start breaking back to where you broke out from. You broke out at and had that little peak down. You start breaking above there. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, for MJNA, that's actually a really decent profit if you had have gotten in at the getting interested line. I would actually really, not financial advice, but I would make a pretty good prediction. I'd be pretty confident with the following, more than a 50% chance. If it did the following and it broke up above the getting interested line, found a support and then did that, I would be quite confident that you would actually see a test of the 1 cent mark. Okay, and again, that's a 250% move. Maybe you catch it here and then it has maybe a 150% move. I'll be quite confident, although you'd be looking to take profits along the way, maybe selling half at double, right? Maybe you just play, or maybe someone, I don't know, maybe someone just plays the getting interested to the cautiously excited range. That's a 100% move potentially, right? Double your money, sell half on double, recoup your initial investment, hey, and then you're free riding the rest and see what happens from there. It's all gravy from there, right? So that's bare minimum that could happen. I don't know. We're not even above here. But if it gets above here and holds a support, that's a potentially interesting move there. Okay, just as a sort of trading thing, not holding for a longer term. Although if you're holding a bag, if you've sold your initial investment, then you're holding the rest. Then what you want to see is that one. Okay, holding above, do that. Now I'm cautiously excited. What's my getting excited area where we could even see 70 cents broken? So we would need at least to break above. I tell you what, I'm going to tell you some. Let me do this. Again, that's that area. There we go. So now, there it is right there. That is my getting excited line. So from this high and this low, I think that's my getting excited line. Yep, resistance. Okay, there it is right there. At, oh man, is I'm getting excited here? Or here? I'm going to be cautious. No, I'm going to be cautious and say I'll be cautious and say it's here at 17 cents. I'm likely wanting to put it a little bit lower. I actually really like that 8 to 10 cent mark right there. Give me a second, because I'm just doing this live, so I'm like, what am I favoring? I would err on the side of caution, so no, I'll just err on the side of caution. I'm going to say it right here. From this Fibonacci of this trading range between 70 cents and 1 cent, your 0.236 Fibonacci is right here. And that's at, call it whatever you want, 17, 18 cents, call it 17 cents. Then I'm like getting excited, all right? Getting excited. Cool. But imagine playing the getting cautiously excited to the getting excited line. Imagine you wait for the getting cautiously excited line, and instead you do the following, right? Sorry, I need to do that. Maybe you wait for you're trading this range, and maybe you take some major profits. So that's what I'd be calling it. I'd be calling it a definite TP of some kind. So a take profit target. Is it my take profit 1? I don't know. But you are taking some profits. Well, if you're getting in down here, your take profit 1 is actually here. Sorry. This is if you're buying now. Okay. What am I doing, bro? Right there. Cool. That would be a take profit. I'm basing this on if you are getting down here at the getting interested line. Okay. So that'd be a take profit 1 at 1 cent. You may want to take all your profits or sell half on the double, whatever, but you want to be imagine you want to take some profits there. TP2 would definitely be around about here. That's a huge move, okay? I'm not going to call it I'm not going to call it a TP1 and a TP2. I'm just going to call it a TP, right? A take profit area. That's a take profit area, particularly if you're getting in here. And I'm going to finish this in a couple of minutes. Imagine waiting to get in the cautiously excited area. Far out, man. That's a 1,300% move. Are you telling me you're not taking any profits here at 17 cents? Yes, you are. If you get in here at the getting interested line, it finds support and starts ticking up, man, take some profits here, take some major profits here potentially. And I can't say with any confidence whatsoever that you would ever get above back to 70 cents. But you would say this would be a major profit taking area, most definitely. So there. Okay, 70 cents. I'm going to call it another TP, 70 cents, and I'm probably going to call it major, like major profit taking. Okay, imagine getting down at the getting interested line or anywhere at the cautiously excited. So let's do some blue sky thinking. Again, none of this is likely, possibly even going to happen. We're not above getting interested. We're nowhere near above there. Okay, imagine getting in the getting interested line, taking some profits along the way, and selling at your getting excited line. That's 4,000%. Okay, you sell a bag, you hold it, you sell some bunch of it, you hold a small bag at 70 cents. What, 20,000%? I am not saying that that's going to happen at all. Okay, with this thing, I'm just saying there's the major areas that I would look at. Particularly here, wait for getting excited, take some profits at 1 cent, and then maybe just play this range, and maybe your major profit-taking area is maybe you're all out at 17 cents. That would be a pretty decent profit, yeah? That's medical marijuana, MJNA. I have no idea about the fundamentals. Is it going to be a huge thing from here? Don't know, but then you need to at least see it get over this getting interested line. Cool. Those are those areas for MJNA, and we're going to get out of here, people. Final comments, and I'm out. Got to run. See y'all. See you, Mark. I would throw $20 at it right now, in my opinion. Yeah, you never know. What are you willing to lose? Are you willing to lose $100? Okay, are you willing to lose? This is a fair point. Are you willing to lose $100? Are you willing to lose $500 on it right now? Why? Okay, imagine. Hey, I'm willing to lose $100. Okay, imagine it gets back to 1 cent. Okay, so that's get a couple of grand. That's not bad. $100 to a couple of grand. That's pretty damn good. Imagine if it goes to here. That's great. 40,000% from buying right here. Yeah, okay. If you're willing to risk $100, or imagine risking $500. Assume that $500 isn't going anywhere, okay? But imagine $500 here and doing a 2,000 times, a 2,000 percentage times from $500. Jeez, okay? The problem is it's nowhere near, I don't know the fundamentals of MJNA, and it's nowhere near, it's even above its getting interested line, okay? That's the risk you take. But hey, if you're willing to risk, $500, then risk it. I'm not telling you what to do. But $20, yeah. Think about country law changes influencing the outcome. Yeah, okay, for MJNA, yeah, fair enough. What? I'll never do your chart requests again. Why not? Let's see. Good show. You are welcome. And I've got to get out of here too, people. Thanks, Joe. Everyone's leaving. I've got to leave too. Let's see. Owns. I was thinking my trade account was brought to you by TD. I don't know what that is. That's cool. Are we up? My issue is buying these if they're not on Coinbase. Okay, we're talking about crypto. Crypto. Drill, baby, drill. Yes. Nasara Chisara, research it on YT. I know a decent bit about Nasara Chisara. I heard about it back when I was working in Bullion Now days, back in your 2019, 2020 days. I had some particular customer who would talk about it a lot. Med beds, the whole thing. I don't think it's a thing, but that's just me. But I can research it more. Yeah, people. All right. I think that's it, my funky friends. Now, as you know, I need to do that. I need to pause that, and I need to lower that because I'm going to blast you with some music. You know what we didn't do? This is what we'll do. You didn't get the intro music, so I'm going to put that at a low level. And then we get to dance it out, people. Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Good Morning Stackers for January the 13th of January 13th, 2025. My name is Joe Main. Grab your tasty beverages. Get ready for the synchronized slurp. We're on the move, people. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Slurp 'em. Ooh, that's been Good Morning Stackers. Have an amazing day. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Be well. See you then.